Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today we're going to talk about something that's, it's kind of cool. I just want to say how Philippines is transferring and open since this time and the good advantages and how many people are actually coming in tourism. So we're going to talk about this today briefly. Stay tuned. Everybody wants to know what's going on in the Philippines. Everybody wants to know how good is it? Is it really performing the way they expected it to be? And is it far exceeding what they wanted to do while it's under the current thing 2 years ago? As of April the 7th of 2022, according to the data generated by the Tourism Department, Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romero Puyat, I didn't pronounce it well, so excuse the Department of Tourism on Friday, in April the 7th of 2022, announced that 202,700 people arrived in the Philippines as foreign tourists. Now, what that does include, that includes a lot of nationals that's coming in that are new arrivals. That's includes, they're counting them as tourists. New arrivals meaning the ones that from USA that's meeting their spouses. New arrivals is traveling back and forth. There's someone that's not been here in this last 2 years or something. So they're hoping that it gets better and better. Now, it's not saying that it's gone to the level that it's regrouped. It's, I would say, 1/10 and 1/15 what they want, but it is showing improvement, and that's a positive sign that people are coming here. Actually, it's not the number one destination it was perceived to be at one time. They are going to other places like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. They're going to other places that Guam is showing an influx of Americans moving to Guam. I go, what? Guam. So, it's a USA based, and it's, which makes it nice. You're going to get the quality of life there, and you're going to have it if you can afford to live there. I had a good close friend that lived there. He owned a construction company, World War II vet. He's no longer with us, but he had a great company there. And what he did, we built things after the war, and his construction business grew into this huge, humongous thing. And I met him actually in New York City at this party that a friend of mine was doing, and really nice guy. Ended up talking to him. We exchanged phone numbers and talked for quite a few years. But according to the data generated from the One Health Pass, you're looking at the United States of America remains the top contributor of foreign tourists available here in the Philippines, with 43,744 visitors as of April the 7th. Now, you got to realize that's, was that 3 months? So 2 months, 3 months. So that's fairly good. I say that's fairly good. It's a small piece into the jar. You know, it's like a penny in a big old 5-gallon bucket. But they are saying that it's growing, followed by Canadians with 9,618. The United Kingdom had 9,315. South Korea had 8,440, with Australia with 8,212 tourists. Now they count tourists. Now this counts as new arrivals. These counts as people that's coming in that's not been here in a while, and they're counting them as new arrivals. Now, let's just say it's 40, 50, 60, say 80,000 arrivals. The thing that really amazed me is they are coming, but they're not coming as I thought they were going to come. I figured more people will actually be coming than with 43,000. I mean, that's a drop in a bucket compared. Now, the Department of Transportation said they're still working on a lot of travel restrictions. There are some travel restrictions here in the Philippines, and they're trying to relax the travel restrictions. A lot of areas you go in, you're still going to have to get out of the vehicle. There's going to be inspections. They're still going to check your temperature and things like that. But they pretty well got that down to zero where I'm at. But it doesn't mean it's that way all over. They started doing all the the current vaccines. And as long as you have that, you know that as well as I do. Now, Japan, if you take a look at this in 2020, Japan, I couldn't find anything on how many people was coming in U.S. Japan had the most recorded of all the visitors coming to the Philippines. I wouldn't think it'd be Japan. I would think it'd be some other country like U.S. or somewhere else. But Japan in 2020 had 682,000 people come into the Philippines. So that gives you an idea that what we're doing, that's just Japanese. That's not counting Korean and Chinese. I mean, more Koreans and Chinese are coming here. I see more Koreans and Chinese. I don't see Americans where I'm at. I don't see a tourism at the mall. At the mall I was at in CDO, and we were there for 3 hours. At the mall, we saw 1, 2, 3 foreigners in the 3 hours. Now, that's nothing to judge about. Normally, when I go there before, and even during the pandemic, when we could go there, because we had to go there during the pandemic, it was many. So I don't know, off day, whatever, but at lunchtime, usually they go to eat at the mall at lunch. A lot of reasons I say that, they all go there and they go have a coffee, so Coffee Bean, Starbucks, things like that, and then they go do their thing. But even the restaurants were empty. All the restaurants were empty. So the pandemic has affected a lot of restaurants and a lot of areas that would normally be fantastic and busy. But it has, you could tell that it's really not what it once was. Will it ever gain to what it once was at one time? I'm not really quite sure that it will ever get the way it was at one time. I think because of what's going on in the current situation that we're under right now, it may be a time of, it may take a year or 2 or 3 to get that snowball rolling down the hill again, to get it bigger. Where people feel more comfortable in coming in, when they feel like that they can come in with no hassles and no problems. Where when I came in back in 2015, we had a bullet scare. It was questionable whether I should even come at all. I bit the bullet and said I'm going to come. I was well assured by a lot of the guys, Mike, my Philippine journey guys, said, don't worry about it, just come on in. And so I did. And a lot of vloggers is here now. I would talk to them and ask them, hey, is it okay? Is it okay? And they said, no, just go ahead and come in. And it was fine. But still, but to get to this what we're at now in this particular current situation, will it ever gain enough speed to get it to where it would be packed? Now, my family went to Montfortich the other day and went to a resort. I can't remember the name of it. It's up in the mountains, zip lines, things like that. It's just a resort, okay? It's a great and fantastic resort. They were telling me there was quite a few Americans that were there. But in the pictures and videos, I didn't see any Americans or any kind of foreigners, but they said there was a bunch there. But a foreigner, anybody's white skin is considered a foreigner. They don't have to be American. They could be Australian, New Zealand. They could be from UK, Australia, anywhere, all over. So it's not that. So they consider anybody white skin American. That's what they say. Many Americans. Well, they were white skin. Yeah, okay. I don't realize that white skin pertains to all over. They could be from Germany and France, all over the place. I mean, you don't know, it's white skin all over. But it's nice to see that the tourism is cranking back up again and showing that 683,000 2020 were coming in at that particular time. Now, the thing that also I wanted to say about this, I don't think I can find the other article that I had was talking about this. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Here is the latest statistics I could find. More than 4 million Filipino Americans live in U.S. So Filipino Americans, 4 million, live in the United States, and Hawaii being the largest state that has the most. 300,000 U.S. citizens reside in the Philippines, and that includes military, that includes military veterans, and as you know, the VA only office is outside in Manila. It's only one in the world that they have that. They were saying that the United States and Philippines are united together to try to build it back up again. The United States is one of the largest contributors. There's 4 large contributors to here in the Philippines, and it's one of the 4. At one time, it's number 1. That's number 3 as far as donations to Philippines to maintain its grids, electric, and all that stuff, and help them during the storms. But the good thing about it, so 300,000 is what they said. Now, the records that I saw back in early 2021 was 182,000. So this article says 300. I don't know how I got from 182 to 300 in during the pandemic, and just about everybody I know has left where I'm at. There is actually none but three, well, actually four now, four of us here when there was 22, 23. Now two passed. So 20 people that I know have left. And this was before I knew the ones I know now. So I don't know. It's okay. It doesn't really matter. I'm saying it's a great destination. People want to come. So Philippines opened up. It's fine. And there's a lot of great opportunities here for someone to relax, retire, sit in a chair, watch TV, and don't do anything. But I'm not one of those guys anymore. When I first came, we had to during the COVID, though. Other than that, Ruth and I, we're itchy to go somewhere. We can't, or it's in school, and we can't leave our baby at home. We're not going to leave our baby at home, so we're waiting till that time we can get in a van and just take off and go somewhere and stay a few days somewhere out and about. So we'll do that. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. Thank you so much. God bless everybody. I'll see you guys next time.